All right. Camera's all messed up. Let me fix it. Sorry, guys. I didn't realize camera was all messed up. All right. So we're going to go over the study guides that you made yesterday. So you can adjust your answers, make changes, whatever you need to do as we're going over them. Okay, so the first one, what is a reference point? It's a point used to determine the position of an object. Like the starting line of a race is a reference point because they have to make it to the finish line. So that's their reference point. A reference point could be your house, like you went from your house to the mall. So that could be a reference point. What do you need to know in order to describe the speed of an object? Well, we know that cars, the speed that the car goes is measured in miles per hour. So we need to know the distance that it traveled and how long it took. That would tell you how fast it's going. So what is speed? It's a rate at which an object moves. So how fast? What is friction and how does it affect the motion of an object? Friction is the resistance that one surface or object encounters. Encounters means like it comes in contact with when moving over another. So when you rub your hands together, the heat that you're feeling is friction because the two surfaces, your right hand and your left hand, are making contact and they're rubbing across each other. So that causes friction, and you can feel the heat that it causes too when you rub your hands together. How does it affect the motion of an object? It can cause their motion to decrease. So the object's motion to decrease or stop depending on how much friction there is. Like another example of friction, when you're playing soccer and you kick the ball across the grass and the ball are touching each other and rubbing against each other. And because there's so much, like the grass is rough, it's causing friction between the ball and the grass, and it causes the ball to slow down. What is the difference between balanced and unbalanced forces? Remember, un means not. Anytime you see un at the beginning of the word, it means not. So balanced forces are equal and cause no motion. So think of a tug of war. If two people have the same force, the same strength, and they're both pulling on that rope's not going to move. Unbalanced forces, they're not equal, and they cause movement. So that means like if I have a pen here, right now the forces between gravity pushing up on it and the mass of it, the weight of it staying down, it's balanced. But if I take it and push on in both directions like this, again, the forces are balanced. It's not moving. I'm pushing with equal forces. But if I push one side more than the other, it's unbalanced because there's more force on this side on the pen than there is on this side. So it causes movement. Man, if you guys were in class, we have some really good little experiments to do with that. But you guys not being in class is a little bit harder to show you. So I hope that makes sense. Go ahead and pause this video if you need to and copy that down. All right, we're gonna look. Oh, and I showed you guys, I remember I told you to fold it so that you can have it like this and your answers, you can't see them. So then you'll say, what is speed? And then you'll say the answer and then check your work. That's how you use this study guide. And you can glue it into your notebook, just like this. And I just wrote questions on this side and answers on this side. But it's glued in my notebook so that I have it. So when we go to study for the EOGs at the end of the year, because you'll have an EOG with science, you'll have it in there to study from again. So make sure you glue that into your notebook. Okay, so this is the other questions, 6 through 9. And I noticed on this one I had a misspelling, so we'll fix that when we get to it. All right, number 6 says, explain what forces are acting on an object when you are lifting it. So think about a box. So I drew a box on some grass here, and I'm going to lift this box. So this is me creating the upward force of me lifting it up. Well, on the box, gravity is also pulling it down. And then the grass that's underneath the box has friction, just like the soccer ball. So that's a force also. So there are 3 forces for sure that we know of for 5th grade acting on it. Now there's air forces and things like that, but we're not getting into that with 5th grade. Just know there's a force of you lifting it, force pulling down on it for gravity, and the ground has friction. All right, so what happens when you apply the brakes on your bike? And I accidentally spelled brakes like if you broke something. Brakes, like the brakes on your car, on your bike, is spelled different. It's B-R-A-K-E-S. How do the brakes slow or stop you? Well, when you squeeze the brake handle, so you're riding your bike and it has handles, and on this side here, or it could be the other side, but on your right side, there's another bar that comes from your handles. And if you squeeze it